Hey guys, just wanted to do a review, quick review. Certainly not a long-term use review, but some of my initial thoughts on a couple of popular universal fit, generally appendix inside the waistband holsters. One, the Armordillo LUX, and the other would be the PHLster Floodlight. Both holsters, as I have ordered them, or for the Streamlight TLR1. So, basically, they're both appendix inside the waistband. Either can be figured for different methods of attachment via clips or soft loops. They're both Kydex, obviously. The PHLster has adjustable retention. I'll move this one to the side. So the PHLster has adjustable retention basically passively over here with this shock cord. The shock cord is able to be reconfigured for the thickness of your firearm, seeing as both of them are universal fit. It also gets the majority of its retention from these two set screws right here, which would be pretty much standard for most of your Kydex holsters. Both of them retain off of the light, so they accept a wide variety of firearms. The Armordillo LUX, the retention is largely going to come from your belt. The interface between your belt, the wing, and the firearm itself. That's where your tension is going to come from. Side to side, if you look at them, if I can get that in frame here even remotely, and I don't know if I can, the PHLster is going to be generally quite a bit wider than the Armordillo. Quite a bit wider. Probably an inch, maybe a smidge more than that wider. So far it hasn't really seemed to bother me at all. I might even actually prefer it. The grip rolling capability of each holster is done differently. The PHLster would be traditionally with the mod wing, and the mod wing is several different attachments, so you can go to a shorter dimension here. Also, you can turn this around if you want to bring it in to really kind of configure your grip tucking ability on each holster. The Armordillo is super minimal, which I do like. And the grip tucking would be here. It's a built-in wedge. If you look at it from this angle here, you can see how your belt, this wedge stands proud here. So it accomplishes the same thing as the PHLster, having the adjustable height difference here. The Armordillo builds it in, and it's not a flat shelf like on some of them. I believe your keeper's concealment, maybe some other ones, are flat here. The Armordillo is a little bit proud, so it rolls that grip slightly more into your body. Either one seems to work. In my opinion, sorry, I'm an active Copenhagen freak. The grip tucking on this is going to be slightly less than the PHLster. If we look in line here, we can see where the light and the grip tucking capability of the PHLster are. And we can see how the light and the grip tucking capability of the Armordillo are. So this is going to roll that grip slightly less than the PHLster, depending on your firearm and your body type. That may or may not matter. I believe for a Glock 19 size grip, for me, this would be perfect. In the winter, with maybe a sweatshirt, this is perfect. With a button-up shirt like I would generally wear, the PHLster seems to roll it in just a hair more and allows me to conceal that grip just a little bit better. Everybody's going to be different, so what works for me obviously might not work for somebody else. As far as the universal fit goes, this firearm's clear. This is a Grand Power. This is a P1 Mark 12. It's a Glock 19-ish size gun. with a slightly longer grip than a Glock 19. Now, on the Armordillo, clicks in. There is your approximate ride height. Okay, so for me, I have it in the highest setting. It lowers the gun just a hair. It still allows me, if you follow that line over there from my finger, it still allows me to get a good grip on the firearm. So that is pretty much paramount for me when picking a holster. Certainly, probably even more so over the general concealability and the rolling and the grip. I want to make sure I can get a good grip on that firearm. Also, as a lefty, neither one interferes with this mag button. Lefties, a lot of times you'll find a holster, even if it's a universal fit, you'll put the holster on, wear it around, and boom, holster interferes with the mag button, mag drops. Or if it doesn't fall all the way out, generally it'll just get loose, but it's disengaged. So the Armordillo is an excellent, excellent holster, very minimal. The PHLster, is slightly longer, so the PHLster will accommodate, I believe it's up to a Glock 34. So the PHLster, if you look here, there's quite a bit of dead space between this Glock 19 size gun than on the Armordillo. The Armordillo, they do have a longer model. I don't have that one. But the PHLster will basically fit everything. They have the one model. Armordillo has two, I believe it is. Both have excellent tension. Both allow you to get an excellent shooter's grip on the firearm. Being ambidextrous, there's no particular sweat guard, so to speak. It's just an average. It's not a high sweat guard. It's more of a mid sweat guard. It's certainly not, I would say, low, but it's on the lower side of mid, the sweat guard on the PHLster holster. Again, as a lefty, it's proud of the mag button, and even when squeezed, you know, wearing it all day, and that's not actually a fair representation. Where your belt would go, it's not going to squeeze or interfere with that mag button even a little bit. Being inside the waistband holsters, any kind of space around this trigger guard isn't particularly a problem. You know, obviously, be careful when reholstering when you're training. But regardless, the universal fit, there's a few caveats to that. It's not going to fit exactly like a form-fitted holster for a particular firearm is. However, it does allow you, as the user, if you would like, to switch between different platforms with one holster, which is a nice option in today's holster world. I like that quite a bit. The PHLster came with clips. I did not like the clips. Largely because between my pants and my belt, they were very snug, very difficult to get on. There's aftermarket clips available, so that's an option for some folks who might want that. The soft loops are fine. I like them. It's still easy on, easy off. It's not a problem at all. The Armordillo uses the foamy clip, I believe they call it. And not all of the foamy clips are made equal. Some of them are junk. Some of them are excellent. This one is a pretty good foamy clip. It's stiff. It's angled properly. Haven't had any problems practicing trolls with it disengaging. It's an excellent clip. And I'm a little bit lukewarm to the clips, having experienced some of them that weren't quite up to snuff. But this one is an excellent clip. And the Armordillo certainly is an excellent product. This Armordillo, if you look at the end there, this will, I believe, fit up to a Glock 17 flush. Now, a 34 I'm sure would fit in it. It would be long if you wanted to carry that. The PHLster will fit also, I have a PX4. PHLster fits the PX4, fits your Bred M9s, fits all your Glocks, your MPs, 509s. Pretty much any of your common platforms are going to fit in that PHLster. The Armadillo, slightly more limited in what it will accommodate, but it still accommodates a wide variety of firearms that most people are going to carry. So either one is an excellent product. So aside from the grip tucking capability, the Armadillo does have a built-in wedge to roll that holster, roll the bottom of that just a little bit away from your body. For some people that may be a huge difference. I don't find it to be the end of the world. I really don't particularly notice it, but it does kind of get that muzzle just a hair outside of off of your body. So when you're sitting, it might be a smidge more comfortable with that wedge. The PHLster, if you wanted to, I'm sure you could add one to the PHLster. I know guys do. I haven't found it to be a problem. It's comfortable when sitting. Anything. You're driving, I don't have a problem with it. It's excellent just the way it is. I don't believe I'm personally going to add a wedge to it. The PHLster is totally ambidextrous. The Armadillo is specific to left or right hand. Both of them index off of the light, which is a nice feature. Some of us might change firearms more so than we change lights. Generally, I stick with one platform, but it does give that option if you wanted to branch out and not have to worry about going and spending a decent amount of money on another holster. The Armadillo, if I remember correctly, is in the neighborhood of $70. The PHLster was $120. Got it on Amazon. 2 days, it was here. Both excellent products. Depending on your body type, you might like one or the other. The Armadillo is certainly a little more slim, a little more minimal. Both have excellent retention, albeit in slightly different ways, but they're both fantastic. The Armadillo does have the option with these holes right down here of clips as well, just like the PHLster. So hopefully that helps some people out, maybe make a couple decisions. I haven't really seen any side-by-side comparisons of the two. I know Aaron Cowan has done reviews on both. His channel's where I picked up the idea to try the Armordillo LUX first. And then PHLster, when they came out with the holster for the TLR1. They came out with the Surefire X300 holster quite a little while ago. And recently came out with the TLR1, which is what I run. So that's when they came out with that option, I decided to jump on that and pick one up. As to which one I'm going to wear, I've had probably a little over a month or so with the Armadillo. The PHLster is pretty new to me. I just wanted to touch base with some people and throw a little bit of information out there for them so they could get maybe a little bit of an idea which one might fit them and their style of carry better than the others. Either one I think you're going to be happy with. We'll see how it turns out for me. I'm leaning a little bit towards the PHLster now. Feels slightly more secure in my belt line because it's a little bit wider and a little bit longer. Other than that, they're both fantastic. Quality as far as the Kydex molding is equal. It's all good. The edges are fantastic on all of them. You can't complain about either one of their quality workmanship in building the product. So they're both great from that standpoint. Like I said, the Armadillo is going to be slightly more limited on the firearms, whereas the PHLster is pretty much a bucket for everything. It's going to fit them all, really. I'm sure there are some that aren't going to fit in the PHLster, but more are not going to fit in the Armadillo. Armadillo took slightly longer to get. I want to say it was 2 weeks for the Armadillo or thereabouts, but seemed to be a great company to deal with. Emails, etc., shipping, everything was excellent. Can't complain about either one. And PHLster, whether you order from him or Amazon, I think you're going to have a good deal. Amazon obviously is fantastic. 2 days, boom, it's at your door. So either one will serve you guys and gals well. Like I said, the firearm for this is a Grand Power P1. And just to give you an idea again, if this matters to you, it doesn't particularly matter to me, but you can, little click on the Armordillo, the PHLster doesn't have that, quite that audible click like the Armordillo does. The Armordillo just a little more clicky, if that matters to you. And I'm sure I flag my hand, the firearm's clear. When I sit down, it's pointed at important stuff all day long, so I'm not too particularly sensitive about flagging my hand a little bit. It's not a big deal. Hopefully this helps some people. And if you have any questions, put them in the comment section. Maybe I can get into some more specifics if you have a question. Different firearms, you see if it fits them one way or the other. If I have them, I'll be more than happy to put it out there and try to help anybody out. So thanks for watching, and I appreciate it. Thank you.